In a giant arena where the Phoenix Suns used to play, a company with no history of working in elections has been rifling through millions of ballots from the 2020 election to justify Republican efforts to pass new voter suppression laws. Two previous independent audits of Arizona's 2020 election turned up zero irregularities. And yet, Republicans hired Cyber Ninjas, a company run by an ardent Trump supporter, to produce evidence supporting right-wing conspiracy theories.
Senator Sinema, right here in Arizona, our state legislature is going after our freedom to vote. We need federal voting rights legislation to protect our democracy. We need you to step up and not just support the For the People Act, but support eliminating the filibuster so that that bill can actually pass and become law.
Arizona is leading a nationwide Republican assault on voting rights, with nearly 24 bills to strip people's access to the ballot. And yet the person who has the power to stop the right-wing assault on democracy refuses to act.
Senator Sinema, as your constituent and someone who worked tirelessly in 2018 to elect you, so the same way we had your back in 2018, you need to have our back.
The For the People Act, which passed the House and is currently stalled in the Senate, would standardize and regulate elections, guaranteeing free and fair access to the ballot. Every day that Senator Sinema dodges questions, meets with corporate donors, and refuses to budge on the filibuster, she allows the fringe, right-wing Republicans to further assault basic American principles. And in Arizona, that means enabling corrupt conspiracy theorists.
Untrained volunteers are going through all 2 million ballots from Maricopa County, looking for evidence of fraud that just isn't there. So what we have in Arizona is legislators legislating by conspiracy theory.
White supremacists like Governor Doug Ducey, like Michelle Ugenti Rita lose power, and they are afraid of the power of the people, especially communities of color, and they don't want to let that go.
The Arizona voter suppression bills are almost at the finish line and could be sent to Governor Ducey's desk anytime.
One of the bills we're most worried about is SB 1485, which would purge more than 100,000 people from the vote by mail list, which is how most people in Arizona vote. Also super concerned about SB 1713, which would impose onerous ID requirements on people voting by mail, and really a whole host of other proposed pieces of legislation going after our election systems.
Since Arizona Republicans couldn't overturn the 2020 election, they're working to erect barriers that would ensure they never lose another one. That means discriminating as much as possible.
And it really is a reaction to the fact that here in Arizona, more and more Latinos, African Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans are registering, more young people, more students, and Republicans in the state legislature know that they can't win when everyone participates, and instead of contesting for those votes, their choice is instead just to make it harder for people to make their voices heard.
Senator Sinema has to choose. Is she with the fringe right with its racist conspiracy theories and corporate money, or is she with the people and a functioning democracy?
So if you're hearing this message, you need to speak up.
Co-sponsorship of something like the For the People Act doesn't mean anything while you're continuing to defend the Senate filibuster that's going to block that bill from ever becoming law.